I guess I actually I think I'm definitely not the only one. I think I might have been in a select group where um, like COVID kind of came in right at my graduating year, so I actually chose to go back to school for my master's in data science, something completely different. But I guess I wanted to hear your take on how you thought like COVID affected potentially your career, but also how you think a student myself, could have maybe taken uh, the craziness of all that and kind of steered their own career maybe differently.
I think for me personally, the challenge for me and the team was how do we transition from the daily interactions, personal interactions, the meetings into a virtual world. In a backdrop that was new to all the firms, right? So the equipment that are needed to kind of connect people were still nascent, right? Still, being built or being evolved. So I think that was the biggest challenge, at least for my team, was just to get connected. I mean, barring, the social aspect of it or the kind of psychological, effect on that, just kind of on a pure business standpoint, we had to evolve and we had to figure out solutions because we were actually going through integration. So this is the time that we've announced by TD, and it was crucial to get the teams from both firms to connect.
And I guess as we kind of get out of this COVID world now, kind of moving past that, I guess something we wanted to look into was on your day to day, where do you see your work going through? Because as we've kind of taken a look at how your career has progressed, you went from equities and trading to now a more managerial role. And so, how has that kind of transition happened for you? How do you see that your priorities, kind of your day to day tactical strategical um, priorities change with your job?
Throughout my career, where, as I mentioned, I known the business from the clearing side, from the kind of the infrastructure, the mechanics, or the plumbing of the system, to working at a hedge fund, which I was fortunate enough to be there from day one, with building out an equities market making unit at Citadel Investment Group. Seeing it on diagrams and being in those meetings that required a build out and talking with the tech folks and seeing the business launch and to be one of the biggest market maker wholesaler in the U.S. for all brokerage firms, including Canadian brokerage firms. So seeing that kind of 360 experience from the life cycle of the trade really is helping me. Now with the integration, seeing that big picture and setting those, as you pointed out, those strategic objectives that we need to hit.
Is there any one piece of advice you'd give to yourself in college in terms of, would it be taking more classes? Would it be traveling more? What would that one thing be to get ready for that kind of next stage in your life?
I wish I learned how to code. that was you interact a lot with the technologist, and I mean, to know just maybe enough to be dangerous or to understand, that would have been for me, that would have went a long way, rather than just depend on and really from a business standpoint, it's just a matter of, well, okay, well, this is going to take you 6 months to do this feature. If I knew how to code, or at least had an idea, I would say, call bullshit. That should take you 2 months, for example.